Hello, NASCAR fans and wooden toy car fans. So today we have the CandyLab called Waterbird, and I'm not sure where the inspiration for this wood cutting came from, but coincidentally I pulled up some images here. These two images are Buddy Baker's record-setting NASCAR Dodge Daytona, and so this thing lapped the first NASCAR to lap a course at over 200 miles per hour. This was back in 1970. And that was actually 30 miles per hour than that year's Indy 500 pole position. So, yeah, it's a closed body. So, it's basically a Charger where they put in a big aerodynamic cone, some downforce, and that crazy wing. I don't know if this is Richard Petty's car. This one says 69. I'm not sure. This is memorable for me because one time I lived in an apartment building with two other guys, and I came outside once and my neighbor had one of these in blue parked in his driveway. It turns out my neighbor was like a classic car dealer, and I'd just never seen one of these in person before. And it was a big car, obviously. Alright, anyhow. So Waterbird is meant for 3-year-old kids and up. Limited edition Daytona Daybird series. Okay. So it's not specifically supposed to be this car, but let's face it, it is what it is. This is safety standards for 2008, and then this car, I guess maybe this cutting came out in 2020. So I have to warn you guys, if you're an adult looking for a collectible, this brand might not be for you because these are made of wood, and they're not clear coated, I don't think. So I've had several of them with paint issues where the paint chipped off, or just adhesion problems because the wood is constantly expanding and contracting and is drying out and warping and whatnot. Okay, so we have a standard short box here, and this thing has a rubber band on a piece of cardboard, and you have to flex out the box and the board there to get it out. So what the heck is this one? So that's what I'm used to seeing, this green rubber band. And then you can obviously take it off. So it's good for the planet, most of this being just cardboard. Unfortunately, you can see paper is abrasive. So this is all paint that was supposed to be on the car, but the vibration of shipping. And that's why it looks the way it does on the bottom. Ideally, maybe this would be in a thin plastic bag or something like that. Also some sort of grime there. And then, I don't know, I've never seen this rubber band before. What the heck is some additional stickers? Oh, this is part of the sticker sheet, I think. This thing here. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. So what's nice is there's a lot of stickers to choose from. So from my experience, these stickers aren't really the greatest. They don't really... The adhesive very often stays on the paper and not the sticker. And these stickers are going to peel up because they're very thick plastic. So it's designed as a toy, not as a collectible, meaning it's designed not for long-term longevity, I don't think. Okay, well, comparing to these images, even though it's not supposed to be this car, it's got, this black graphic, which is that little thing there, I guess, that little grill. And then, okay, it's got the high wing. This is a piece of metal. It's actually inset. Okay. And then here's the side profile. Alright, sky blue. Let's get a look in here now. I already noticed one issue in the rear view, but starting with the wheel here, it's just a white plastic, and it's got this domed center cap, which is the axle itself. And the wheels have this play to help it roll around obstacles better. It says Candy Grip, it says 45-9R, some sort of coating for the tire size, I guess. Alright, so yeah, the bottom we do have the branding there and this lot number, which doesn't really pertain to a particular year. I was trying to scrape that off, but maybe I should leave it because it might take the blue with it. And so yeah, you can see all the vibration damage from that piece of cardboard. And you can now see the grooves they cut in here to get this piece of metal in there. And yeah, I don't know if it's just a friction fit or if it's glued in. Oh, I think I moved it. Okay, I'm not sure how that would pass safety standards for kids if this can move, but it did. So yeah, here's the issue I saw. The red paint chipped away there. It is tampo printed, and then we have some more grime here. Maybe take a Q-tip to that later. So this is a tampo print, it's not a sticker, it's paint. And it says Daybird, which is nice. This is a nice little touch. It looks like a fuel filler, but what is it really? I don't know. It's like a custom made piece of metal. I thought it was a button snap, but I don't think it is. I think it's probably a nail on the other side and it's just pushed in there. It's an interesting detail that wasn't necessary, but I'm really glad it's there. It's sticking out quite a bit. So this one has tampo printed reflectors here in the rear. CandyLab there looks good, and then it's just all plain blue with a bunch of marks. I don't know if this was ever on display. That's another issue. You can't tell if you're buying a new product or not because the boxes aren't taped together. Right? There's no seal. So this could have been used. Alright, so up top we have Daybird 4.0. It's interesting that it's actually covered by the cockpit a little bit. So that's weird that they would have a graphic like that. Or maybe these graphics are supposed to be more forward and somehow it didn't happen at the factory. This is nice though. This is a Crown Royal thing. That looks like a water slide decal. So that, I don't know how that would pass safety standards either, because that you could chew on it and eat that decal. Yeah, there's a lot of grime on this thing, so I don't know what the deal is. It's not good. It's very dirty. Okay, a little overrun of the paint here. You can see the wood grain here coming through the white there. And it's actually yellowed a little bit, so it's white here, but it looks yellowed. I have a suspicion this was on display at the store or something. Okay, tampo printing there. Okay, well, you can see here the paint is chipped because literally this piece of metal, it was pushing into that groove and the paint chipped. So the design of this could have been better somehow. I don't know. Maybe if they really didn't want this wing to shift, they would have had to drill holes through it and put steel, like a rod through this in 2 spots to keep it from shifting before painting, but then that would be impossible to paint this white. So I don't know how they could have done it better. This is the best they could have done, I guess. But unfortunately, yeah, you can see here that the paint's already gone. Here it's going to be gone. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So as I mentioned, they're not perfect, and you're going to have to just get used to having defects in something that's handmade. But this one I also feel was displayed. There's a whole bunch of grime here. It's kind of gross. Yeah, I'm taking a wet Q-tip over this thing, and it's becoming very yellow from all the grime that's on this thing. See? So, if this is brand new, it wouldn't be picking up all this yellowness, right? So, it might be hard to see, but I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of grime on this. Yeah, it's definitely getting yellower and yellower as it picks up all the stuff on the surface of this thing. As you can see, hopefully, this side is white. This side is quite discolored from all the staining. Alright, but luckily, just a wet Q-tip will do it. You want to use cotton. As you don't know by now, paper is abrasive, so you don't want to use paper towels. You'll scratch up the paint even more. Try to use a cotton rag or a microfiber rag to clean up your stuff here. Yeah, alright, well, it's a little cleaner than before, so that's nice. So just looking at the stickers here, yeah, you got some roundels there, and you can put the numbers over them, white or black on white, whatever. And then you have a bunch of made up sponsorship that look very similar to real sponsorship, like the these are some cool little stylized bird icons. You got flags for drivers, and big Daybird there. Number 18, some stripes. You can put some more reflectors on the side of the car. And what is going on with the folding of this? Alright, so I think these are supposed to go around. Oh, no, you can't. If this wing wasn't here, you would put it around there. But, you know, I do think maybe this wing was designed to come off if you're going to have stickers like that. But I'm not going to take it off because it's messing with the paint as it is. So, anyways, you could definitely make it more race-like with all the sponsorship stuff. But me, I'm gonna clear coat this with some sort of ceramic coating because then, if the stickers, I don't like them, I can peel them off, and it hopefully won't take the blue away with it if there's a ceramic coat on this thing. So, I reviewed the Seagull 5, a different race car, and after I ceramic coated it, I did put the stickers on. But as you can see, a lot of times the adhesive stayed on the paper, not the sticker, and so there's a lot of air pockets here. And also, they didn't have two of these. There was only one. So this side says 374. This side I have a number 84 and a different type of livery. So yeah, you can see here in particular where the adhesive wasn't stuck with the sticker. So you got the air pockets there. But as again I mentioned, this is a toy for 3-year-old kids. I don't know if a 3-year-old kid would be annoyed by that stuff or not. Alright, well anyways, different type of race car. Pretty neat. And then my favorite probably still is called the Legend. Some sort of muscle car. Looks like a Mad Max vehicle, kind of like a Pontiac Firebird as well with that thing, but the body looks more like something else. I don't know what. I'll push these up against the monitor. Yeah, so this is definitely the longest of the three. Yeah. So there is a red variation of this with a slightly different front graphic, and as you can see, their word red, this seems like the car to be running back in 1970. I think it was banned maybe the year after. I could be mistaken, but it was, I guess, too effective at some point. Alright, well anyways, the synopsis is, it looks really cool. I like it. It's so weird to have wheels sticking outside of a unibody. And then I guess they did the best they could with this wing, but you know, you're gonna have these sacrifices with the paint problems. Alright, well, I'm still gonna collect this brand. I like him. I would rather, I guess, have a slightly defective wooden toy, because I can accept this as handmade and it's just not going to be perfect. Whereas like die-cast cars, those things are coming out of steel molds, and I feel like those should be perfect. They're using modern production techniques, and so I'm a little more critical on those. I'm a little more forgiving on these wooden things. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time around.